Hey, what's up everyone? Alright, so Sonic Rebound episode 6 has finally come out over the weekend and it was a huge success. Thank you all for the huge, massive support on this episode. This has definitely been the most successful Sonic Rebound episode that I've posted thus far. Like, wow, this was getting so much buzz everywhere. It was even trending on Twitter for a little bit. Like, Shadow the Hedgehog was trending. It was crazy, the amount of huge support. I mean, I don't even know why I was underestimating it, but I do realize how many of y'all were waiting on this episode to come out. Like, I apologize for that. I was planning on this to come out near the end of last year, but we had to focus a lot on the quality of this episode to make sure it was perfect. And we did just that, so I'm very happy about that. So I have a lot more to discuss about Sonic Rebound and other animated projects that I plan on doing this year and more. But before I do, be sure to smash that like button, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's see if we can get to 100k subs this year, which is very possible because I'm about to hit 90,000 subscribers in a couple days. So thanks for the support. All right, first I want to talk about Paramount's Knuckles show. You know, that show that we heard last year. I think it was announced last year before Sonic Movie 2 came out. I forgot. Yes, it was actually announced exactly a year ago, February 2022. So it appears that we have gotten the synopsis to the Knuckles show, or maybe it leaked out. I don't know, on IMDb. Now take this with a grain of salt because Sonic Prime also leaked out the first episode title and the plot, and the title was nothing like the show, and the synopsis was only a little similar to the plot of the show. Now it's called Sonic the Series TV miniseries starting 2023. Master treasure hunter Knuckles the Echidna guards the Master Emerald while the Wachowskis, Sonic and Tails are away, but things get harder when Master Thief Rouge the Bat appears. The next chapter in the live-action Sonic Cinematic Universe. That sounds awesome. I'm pretty sure that Rouge is going to appear in this Knuckles series. Whether or not that's going to be before or after the events of Sonic Movie 3 remains to be seen. But I did say in a previous video last year that Sonic Movie 3 is kind of split into two parts. And one of the parts is going to be the Knuckles series. And the other part is going to be Sonic Movie 3. So instead of calling it Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Part 1 and Part 2, they're going to make the Knuckles series into its own series to give more focus on Knuckles, whereas Sonic Movie 3 will give more focus on Shadow, and I think that's a great idea. Now they're saying this Knuckles series is going to come out Thursday, October 12th, 2023 on Paramount Plus. The episode is called The Master Emerald. Now, like I said before, take this with a huge grain of salt. I don't think it's going to be 100% true, but we'll see. Alright, now back to Sonic Rebound. Now episode 6 got the highest reception for any episode yet. It currently has over 4.6k likes. And that's great. That's super fast. Like, I usually get that over a period of several weeks or something like that. It was even featured on SoaCity.com. So it's featured on their little widget on the right hand side, and that's the first time an animation of mine has been on a Sonic News website. So I feel very honored. For this episode, I focused a lot on the consistency on the art. Art consistency is what I aimed for in this episode, and it delivered. Like, you can see the consistency from beginning to end. It's like one person animated it, which is great. That's what I was going for. And we worked 3 years on this episode and it shows. Production on this episode started March 2020. Yeah, that was before episode 3 Entangled Encounter came out. So yeah, the production time for episode 7 will be even longer. We started on that like in the summer of 2020, and there was a lot of fan service in this episode. Rouge fan service. Yeah, we did that. Nightblind definitely leaned on it a lot. But I was cool with it because that's how her character was before in Sonic Adventure 2. She was always made for eye candy, but she was always a smart and fully capable character. She was still the smartest character in the episode, smarter than the Chaotix, and she was important as she drove the plot. So I wanted to show that she's more than just eye candy. I know some people had a problem with Rouge fan service, but I don't care. This is what I wanted to do, and I said before that there was going to be fan service in this. Especially as a contrast to Sonic Prime. Also, the voices for Sonic and Shadow were so great that someone thought that it was AI voices. They thought that I used AI for Sonic's voice and Shadow's voice. No, I told them, look, I can assure you no AI voices were used, that would actually be too much work. It's a lot of work to get the AIs to sound natural and everything. I know there are programs and technology has really improved on it, but these are entire scripts, and yeah, like I just don't got time for that. It's much easier to hire a voice actor to just do their lines and do multiple takes, and I edit that together, than for me to type everything and register it in AI to make it sound natural. So Paxton Lee voiced Sonic, and Mardiculous Evans voiced Shadow. And yeah, that's actually going to be Mardiculous' last time voicing a character in a fan project, unless if he's hired by Sega, because he's working with Sega now. So I definitely got lucky to have him in Sonic Rebound. Now, there were some cameos in this episode similar to episode 4. The cameos in this were a bit more toned down though, because in episode 4 we had cameos from like Spark the Electric Jester, Lilac from Freedom Planet, all that stuff. And then not to mention the Dr. Robotnik twist ending and even Whisper in it. But in this episode, we just had Belle the Tinkerer and Knights. Knights was the one that flew, in the top right corner of the screen. So yeah, I just decided, it would make sense to have Belle in this as a cameo because, she was a retrofit. They retrofitted her character. It was Evan Stanley that created her character. And Belle is the one that helped Mr. Tinker build Eggman Land. He created Belle around that time. But obviously when Ian Flynn wrote the original issue 6, he wasn't thinking about that. So I was like, let's include Belle in that. And obviously Knights, Knights has always been a cameo in many Sonic games. And also, as you guys know, I am switching the episodes again. I'm switching issue 7 and 8 with episode 7 and 8. So the Whisper and Silver episode will be episode 7 instead of episode 8, because I just feel like issue 7 in the IDW comics was a huge climactic battle between Sonic and, Neo Metal Sonic, and since I changed that to Robotnik, I really want that to be the final episode of the second arc or season 2. And that episode is called Rise of Robotnik. So, it's just going to be like how I flipped issues 3 and 4 with episodes 3 and 4. It's just better pacing for a show. And this is an adaptation, a loose adaptation and a retelling of the IDW comics. But of course, I always have to explain this to a lot of Sonic fans because a lot of them are confused, or some of them think that this is a one-to-one, copy-paste adaptation from the comics. It's not. It never was. And also episode 7, there will be more answers on Dr. Robotnik, exactly what he's doing in this show. Who is he? I can't say much spoilers, but I purposely put in the description for episode 6 that Shadow is looking for Chaos Emeralds with Team Dark, with Rouge and Omega, and that will come into huge play down the line. So yeah, I'm planning for this series to have 13 episodes. At first I was thinking 12, but it got so big I had to add an extra episode. So 13 episodes, and that's it. Right now we are halfway done with the series, halfway done with Sonic Rebound, which is already a huge accomplishment. This show has been going on for 4 years. These take time. Before it used to be 2 episodes per year, but now it's been like 1 episode per year, and the 5th episode came out in the end of 2021. There was no episode in 2022. So the trajectory of when I'm planning on wrapping up the series will be like 2028, 2029. If we continue with the same pacing, that's when the series will end, which is like almost the end of the decade. So hopefully it'll be done sooner. I'm hoping things will be wrapped up by like 2026. Next year will be Sonic Rebound's 5th anniversary. So hopefully 2026, 2027, I can wrap things up by then. We'll see. But yeah, I definitely need a bigger team, and I am investing in that. Right now, I'm in talks with a certain company. I won't name names now because I don't want to jinx it, I don't like announcing things prematurely, but yeah, I've been in talks with a company on extra funding, more funding, so I can hire bigger teams so we can tackle more episodes and stuff. So hopefully it goes as planned. Now, let's talk about what else I have in plan. I know some of you guys have seen me post screenshots of Dr. Starline and Surge, and like, whoa, what are you doing? Like, why is Starline and Surge being shown off when I'm only halfway done with the first saga? Well, I will explain. I'm going to be doing a little something called Sonic Shorts. I'm going to be doing a little bit of animated shorts on my channel. I've always wanted to do a little side thing, a little side project, that's not related to Sonic Rebound. So these shorts will be like about 1 to 2 minutes in length at least. Now this won't be canon to Sonic Rebound or even the IDW comics. It's just random ideas that I wanted to make into a short. So just cool ideas, so I'm not tied down to following the canon or anything. Like Sonic Rebound, when I write the screenplay, anytime I make a deviation or a change, I really have to plan how things go and that it won't contradict the canon of the IDW comics, or it won't contradict this or the game canon. So it's a lot of planning, but with these I can just let loose and just do whatever I want to do, kind of like what I did with Super Swag Bros. And these shorts are also to minimize the wait times between Sonic Rebound episodes. Since an episode comes out once a year, sometimes every other year, these shorts will basically fill in that gap, so you guys won't be waiting so long for the next animated project I have. Now the first one down, the first short is obviously the Starline and Surge short. Now that one is going to, well, when you guys watch that, you're going to know exactly what it's inspired by, and it's Arcane. For those of you who watch Arcane, you're going to know exactly what it's about. But yeah, it has nothing to do with the imposter syndrome or anything. It's just Surge and Starline. You're going to see a lot of different things in there. So yeah, just letting you guys know, this won't be canon to the imposter syndrome, but it's taking elements of the IDW comics of the imposter syndrome and make it into an original short. So you guys will see what I'm talking about. Now the second short that I have in mind will be based on the spin-off series Scrapnik Island. Now I most likely will call it Sonic Rebound Scrapnik Island because it'll be a spin-off of the show, but I'm aiming to combine all 4 issues in one video as a Halloween special. And similar to Night of the Werehog, I want this to be a silent animation, basically going back to my roots of Super Swag Bros, Super Swag Bros Z. So I can't wait to get started on that. That one is definitely going to be interesting, but yeah, I really enjoyed that spin-off by Daniel Barnes. I really like seeing Mecha Sonic again, so I can't wait to start on that. And the third short I have planned is a Sonic movie short. Now this will be 2D animation, but it'll be Movie Sonic and Movie Silver. And this will be inspired by Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. Yeah, that is expected to come out near the end of the year. Can't wait for you guys to see that. I do have more shorts planned, but these are the 3 shorts that I have planned to come out this year. You know, the Starline Surge is coming out later this month in just a few weeks. Scrapnik Island, obviously I'm planning for that to come out on Halloween, hopefully. And the other one I'm planning on that to come out anytime in the fall or the end of the year. Now I do have others in mind, like I'm planning on doing a Sonic Prime short, a Tangle and Whisper short, Metal Virus short, and even a Classic Sonic short, but those have no release date, and I haven't started production on those yet. More priority will be placed on Sonic Rebound. Of course, I'm not replacing that series. You know, these shorts are just little side things. Like I was having the Starline and Surge short made simultaneously while I was working on episode 6 because different animators are working on it. I always wanted to focus more on animation for my channel because for the past couple of years, you know, I've done a lot of coverage on leaks and rumors on Sonic games, and you know, I kind of want to do that less a bit. You know, I feel this is the next evolution for my channel because, you know, I started my channel with Let's Plays. You know, if you guys have been with me that long, I started doing Let's Plays of like Lego Harry Potter and all that, or Sonic games. Then I went over to Sonic Theories, then to discussions and leaks, insider news, to now this. So, you know, I'll still do those. I'll still cover leaks and news, you know, on whatever Sonic game's coming out. But I don't want to do that as much as I did in the past, you know? So yeah, so long as you support these animations and continue supporting Sonic Rebound, I'll continue doing it. Just gotta watch it, you know, rewatch it, share it with your friends and all that. Alright guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. You know, how did you like Sonic Rebound episode 6? So yeah, thank you guys for all the support. The road to 100K begins now. But that's all I got for now, so take care. And until next time, I'm out.